Namaskaram. Hello everyone. My name is Karishma and I am your VARC coach. Today I'm going to discuss everything that you need to know about NMAT. In this little series known as Know Thy Exams, I'm going to cover the details of all the exams that you can take to go to your favorite B school. So we are going to discuss one exam per video. The first video is about NMAT. I'm going to give you all the details about the form filling, the process, so that you have a clarity of how to go about it and you are not confused. क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, कितने forms हैं, कितना fees है, and all of that. So I have compiled all the important information here for you on the screen. You can take screenshots where necessary. You can watch the video till the end to know all the details and start preparing accordingly. And in the end, I'm going to also give you a couple of preparation tips for the VARC and the LR section of NMAT. So let's begin without any delays. The first thing that you need to know is that NMAT is organized by GMAC. Now GMAC is the same organization that also holds the GMAT. This is why you will see that there are similarities between NMAT and GMAT simply because they are children of the same parent. So the parent here is the Graduate Management Admission Council, which is known as GMAC. Yeah. And GMAC is a non-profit organization and it gives you, it makes exams and it gets you inside the top business schools around the world, not just in India, but around the world. GMAC is the owner and the administrator of GMAT and NMAT both, right? The exam is candidate friendly. Now, if you go to the NMAT website, they scream that they are a candidate friendly exam. Now, what do you mean by a candidate friendly exam? The first and the foremost thing is that there is no negative marking. So out of all the entrance exams that you will take, CAT, IIFT, ZAT, SNAP, NMAT, MyCAT, some of you will take Maharashtra CET, some of you will take TISNET, some of you will go for IRMA. NMAT is one exam that has no negative marking. So there is absolutely no negative marking. Now when I say no negative marking, please understand that whatever question opens on your screen, you are supposed to mark the answer. You cannot go to question number 1 once question number 2 is open on your screen. You cannot go back and change. You cannot go to question number 3 either and skip question number 2. Whatever is there on your screen, you have to mark something and go ahead. If you're able to solve it, you will obviously mark whatever you think is the answer. If you're unable to solve it and you think you can't really get a hang of what is written, then you will have to make a fair guess and then go ahead. Okay. This is why they call it candidate friendly. It's also computer adaptive like GMAT, which means that the level of the question will change as per your performance. We'll discuss about it in a minute. The application start date this year is 1st of August, which means the applications are now open, so you can register for NMAT like quickly right now, okay? And the end date is 31st of October. Now, I always recommend that you fill all your forms as soon as they're out, for the simple reason that if you are filling the form earlier than the others, then your chances of getting your favorite center, your favorite city is very high. The chances are really high that you will get a center of your choice. So it's highly recommended that you fill the form by Azadi Ka Divas this year at least, if not now, if not today. So please fill your forms as soon as possible, ASAP, and try to get a center of your choice. Now, what is the structure of the exam? So it's a randomly generated test from a pool of questions. So it's all algorithmically driven, okay? And it's very different from CAT. In CAT, the examiners feed in new questions every year. In NMAT, you might get some questions. Please, the word to be highlighted here is some. I'm not saying all. Some questions might be repeated from previous years for the simple reason that it is all algorithmically generated. And in the tip that I give you in the end, I'll talk more about this. And they will be delivered to you one at a time. So this is unlike CAT, In CAT, you can see the entire section at once. Up sare 26, 24 questions, whatever are there, you can see them one by one. You can start with, question number 13 and then come back to question number 1. In NMAT, you don't have that liberty. Whatever question is there on your screen, you can see only that question. Only after you mark an answer and submit it can you go ahead. The number of questions, okay, the difficulty level, and the time limit for each section is predetermined. So you can't make changes कि मैं इस section में इतना time लगाऊंगा और उस section में उतना time लगाऊंगा. It's fixed and one section gets closed at the time in which it is supposed to get closed. Under normal administration conditions, regardless of when and where the test is administered, आप कहाँ बैठ के कब बैठ के टेस्ट दे रहे हैं इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, पैटर्न यही है. Candidates have a choice of selecting the order of the sequence of the test sections. आप क्वेश्चंस का ऑर्डर नहीं सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, जो स्क्रीन पे है वो ही सॉल्व करना होगा, लेकिन आप सेक्शंस का ऑर्डर ज़रूर सिलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो अगर आप एक सेक्शन दूसरे सेक्शन के पहले करना चाहते हैं, इट्स योर चॉइस टोटली. अगेन दिस इज़ वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम कैट, जहाँ पे आप सेक्शंस नहीं चूज़ कर सकते हो. वहाँ पे फिक्स्ड ऑर्डर है, VRC से स्टार्ट करते हैं और फिर आगे DLR और फिर QA पे जाते हैं. लेकिन आप क्वेश्चंस का ऑर्डर सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं, क्वेश्चंस देख भी सकते हैं, क्वेश्चंस स्किप भी कर सकते हैं, क्वेश्चंस में नेगेटिव मार्किंग भी है. NMAT में टोटली अप्रोच चेंज हो जाता है, और हो सकता है मे बी यू फील दैट यू नो इट डजंट रियली मेक अ डिफरेंस, बट इट डज मेक अ डिफरेंस बिकॉज इफ यू आर नॉट यूज्ड टू सॉल्विंग द पैटर्न of NMAT, you're operating from a CAT pattern mindset, you might not do very well in NMAT. So it's important to take timed questions of NMAT, and we'll talk about preparation in the end. The NMAT exam has 3 sections: language skills, जिसको हम VARC कहते हैं CAT में, QA जिसको हम कहते हैं वो यहाँ quantitative skills हो जाता है, और LRDI को हम यहाँ logical reasoning कहते हैं. The 3 sections are individually timed, तीनों का टाइमर अलग अलग है, सीक्वेंस आप सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो. You should know that how many seats do you have. So if you look at the seats, Narsee Monjee Mumbai has the biggest batch size ever. I think it has the highest batch size in any B school for their main MBA, flagship MBA program. 600 seats. The batch size is huge. A lot of people count this as a negative because they think that they will not be able to make a mark in such a huge batch size, and then placements might become an issue. But Narsee Monjee Mumbai has so far managed a very good record of placing people. And even in a huge batch size, like most B schools, the feedback is grey. So there will be highs and there will be lows, and the journey is worth taking, like any journey in life. So 600 is the batch size in Narsee Monjee Mumbai. MBA HR Mumbai has 120 seats. MBA Business Analytics in Mumbai has 120 seats. MBA in Digital Transformation is a relatively newer course, has 60 seats in Mumbai. Pharmaceutical Management has 120 seats in Mumbai. Then you have the Bengaluru campus, which has 240 seats for the MBA program, 240 seats in Hyderabad for the MBA program, 180 seats in the Navi Mumbai campus, and 120 seats in the Narsee Monjee Indore campus. And these are again plain flagship MBA programs. The total number of seats that people fight for is 1800, and you will have to see, for example, for a lot of you, pharmaceutical management may not make any sense unless you have a background of the same. For a lot of you, digital transformation may not make any sense because you might not want to do it. So I think the maximum number of people would want to go here, or maybe here. So you can decide what works for you, what campus works for you. The Indore campus is relatively new. The Bengaluru campus is older than Indore. The Mumbai campus is the most famous. Mumbai is also a wonderful location when it comes to placements and the companies visiting the campus and so on and so forth. So you can have your preferences, and this August is the right time to set your preferences and fill your forms accordingly. Make good, well-informed, wise decisions, okay? Also, 30% seats in the MBA programs will be offered to female candidates, and I tell you 30% is not much, okay? So all you boys out there, don't be jealous. You still have 70%. Alright, let's go to registration. So step 1 is, now there is a complication here. Let's simplify it for you. 2 levels पे आपको registration करना है. I repeat, you will have to register at 2 levels. You will also have to probably pay at 2 levels. The first payment that you make is registration at NMAT by GMAC. तो एक GMAC का registration रहता है, लगभग 3000 के अराउंड इसका फीस है approximately. आप www.nmat.org पे जाएंगे, ये registration fee पे करेंगे, ये सेपरेट है, ठीक है, और खुद को रजिस्टर करेंगे GMAC के पास. वो रजिस्ट्रेशन का एक नंबर आता है आपके पास, वो रजिस्ट्रेशन का नंबर लेके ये 3000 जो भी आपका फीस है वो जमा कर फिर आप आते हैं www.nmims.edu पे. तो पहले पिताजी पैसे लेंगे, फिर बेटा पैसा लेगा. So you'll have to pay the father, which means GMAC first, and then you will pay the college, which is NMIMS.edu, which covers all the colleges of Narsee Monjee. And then you will enter your registration number, which you got from here, okay? And then you will complete the application process. And this year, the NMIMS fees is 2600. So 3000 plus 2600 will somewhere cost you around 5600 approximately. And yeah, that's going to be your fees now when you fill the form. So it's a pretty expensive exam if you compare it to the other exams like CAT, IFT, SAT, etc. There's also a twist in the story. The twist in the story is that for the GDPI program later on, when you get shortlisted, you might have to give an additional fee. Now, there are a lot of students I have spoken to, and I don't know why students are a little confused, but most of them agree that it was somewhere around $1,000. And I will play safe by telling you that it is an approximate fee, because this year I don't know how much will they charge you, 1,200, 800, 1,000, I don't know. But yeah, so if you look at the overall application process, it's costing you somewhere around 6,600, approximately 7,000 rupees. So it's not an exam that is cheap to begin with. And yeah, you should know that, and you can decide your preferences accordingly. Shortlisting based on NMAT sectional and total score will be done. Sectional cutoff clear होना ज़रूरी है, total score clear होना ज़रूरी है. The call letter will be declared on the candidate's dashboard. 48 hours के अंदर अंदर आपको आपका स्कोर पता चल जाता है, आपके डैशबोर्ड पे आ जाता है. The next stage of selection process will be a psychometric test, जैसा MyCat में होता है. I'll do a video on MyCat as well. और फिर होता है एक writing ability test. We will do a session on writing and writing ability test, because writing ability test is happening in top IIMs. Essay writing is now a part of that. Creative writing is now a part of MyCat, and of course writing ability test is also a part of NMAT. So apart from the interview, there is also a writing test. इंटरव्यू में राइटिंग टेस्ट्स पे आप राइटिंग टेस्ट के जो आपके आंसर्स हैं उस पे बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी पूछे जाते हैं. एंड ऑफ कोर्स जैसे साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट भी माइका में होता है. The details will be informed subsequently, and this process, the second half, will be an offline process. This process is going to be offline. So NMAT is an online exam, but the second stage of selection after you are called is an offline process, and that will happen after you've paid this additional fee of around $1,000. Let's see how much it is this year. There's another twist in the story. So I have been teaching for a decade now, and NMAT used to allow you 3 attempts, और वो 3 attempts में से 1,000-1,500 का फीस रहता था सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट का, 1,000-1,500 का फीस रहता था थर्ड अटेम्प्ट का, और फिर आपका बेस्ट स्कोर उठा लिया जाता था. अभी नारसी मुंजी कहता है कि मैं सिर्फ पहले अटेम्प्ट का स्कोर उठाऊंगा. सो इफ़ यू वांट एन एडमिशन इन द नारसी मुंजी कॉलेजेस, द कोर NMIMS कॉलेजेस, द वंस विच वर हियर ऑन द स्क्रीन, मुंबई, हैदराबाद, बेंगलुरु, इंदौर, दे आर टेकिंग ओनली द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट का स्कोर. तो फिर बाकी के 2 अटेम्प्ट्स किस लिए? बाकी के 2 अटेम्प्ट्स वो कॉलेजेस एक्सेप्ट करेंगे जो नॉन नारसी मुंजी है लेकिन NMAT का स्कोर लेते हैं. The list of the colleges, the non-Narsi Munji colleges which accept NMAT scores is available on the website. You will have to go there and go through that list कि कौन कौन सा कॉलेज नारसी मुंजी का स्कोर एक्सेप्ट करता है, NMAT का स्कोर एक्सेप्ट करता है, और मुझे उनमें इंटरेस्ट है या नहीं, और मैं वो सेकेंड अटैम्प्ट और थर्ड अटैम्प्ट दूँ या नहीं, क्योंकि नारसी मुंजी के लिए सिर्फ एक ही अटैम्प्ट देना है क्योंकि उसी के मार्क्स काउंट होंगे. सो यू विल हैव टू मेक दैट डिसीजन फॉर योर सेल्फ. ओके, सो अगेन अनदर थिंग दैट यू शुड बी इन्फॉर्म्ड अबाउट. सेक्शन वाइज टॉपिक कवरेज में आप लैंग्वेज स्किल्स एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि आरसी पूछेगा, पैरा फॉर्मेशन पूछेगा, एरर आइडेंटिफिकेशन इज बेसिकली ग्रामर, प्रेपोजिशंस इज ऑल्सो ग्रामर, सेंटेंस कंप्लीशन इज पैरा कंप्लीशन, एनालॉजीज इज वोकैबुलरी. लॉजिकल रीजनिंग में क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग आता है भर भर कर, और डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग भी आता है. Those of you who've been my students in the past, you know that I have covered deductive reasoning and critical reasoning with you, and I tell you from past years' experiences, you can go to my Instagram profile and check the NMIMS results, and I'm telling you that list is not yet complete because it got complete in June and I never got a chance to update it. Around 50 students of mine scored above 230 in NMAT last year, and I'm very proud of all of you who've done that, and I'm very proud of my hard work bearing fruit. And I say that from experience and from feedback from all of these beautiful hardworking 50+ students who performed marvelously beautifully in the exam, is that critical reasoning and deductive reasoning on point है. तो आपका नारसी मुंजी का VARC और LR काफ़ी हद तक सॉर्टेड है. तो इसमें अगर आप देखेंगे LR वाला जो पोर्शन आता है हार्ड कोर, जिसे हम एनालिटिकल रीजनिंग कहते हैं, कैट में LRDI में जो आता है, वो पोर्शन के साथ साथ आपको वर्बल रीजनिंग आता है, जिसमें क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग और डिडक्टिव रीजनिंग, साइलॉजिज्म्स, कनेक्टिव्स, अजम्पशंस, इन्फरेंसेस, कंक्लूजन, स्ट्रेंथनिंग, वीकनिंग, इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ द आर्ग्यूमेंट, बोल्ड फेस एटसेट्रा आता है. So if you're on point with your CR and DR, you will do well here. Okay, so very very important. LR में critical reasoning, deductive reasoning आएगी. This is different from the other exams. Okay. Quantitative skills में numbers, arithmetic, algebra, probability, DI caselets, tables, DI graphs and charts, data sufficiency. So DI is a part of quantitative skills in NMAT. It's not a part of the LR section. CR and DR is a part of the LR section in NMAT and not a part of the VA section. So you have to be a little clear about if you know what to expect, you'll be calm, right? You will not freak out in the exam because you know ye aayega and you know ye aata hai. So it's very, very important that you are completely aware of the pattern. You will receive your scorecard and your scaled scores for the sections and the total of your NMAT exam within 48 hours, like I told you. Usually it's very instant, okay? It doesn't even take 48 hours. You will be notified by email once your scorecard is ready. Please visit this link so that you know all the colleges that accept the NMAT scores. बहुत सारे स्कूल्स मतलब 20 स्कूल्स लेते हैं एनमैट का स्कोर एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, तो आपको ये लिस्ट ज़रूर देखनी चाहिए ताकि आपको पता चले कि आप सेकेंड अटैम्प्ट और थर्ड अटैम्प्ट देना चाहते हैं कि नहीं देना चाहते हैं. ओके, सो प्लीज़ डू दैट होमवर्क. ओके, आई एम राइटिंग दिस हियर. एग्ज़ाम कंपोनेंट्स अगर हम देखते हैं पिछले 2 सालों के तो हम देखेंगे कि कंप्यूटर बेस्ड एग्जाम है टेस्ट सेंटर्स पे. कोविड की वजह से प्रॉक्टर्ड एग्जाम फ्रॉम होम भी दे सकते थे. आई वुड स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड दैट यू डोंट टेक द एग्जाम एट होम बिकॉज एट होम यू नो समथिंग माइट गो रॉन्ग. Some guest may turn up, electricity may go off, the system may shut down, some technical error might happen, you know, and you will be responsible for whatever happens. So unless you are 100% sure, I would strongly recommend that you go to a test center in your vicinity, fill the form wisely and take the exam at the center just in case, so that just in case anything goes wrong, there is somebody out there to help you. The changes in the registration window have been happening this year. You know, the exam dates have again been declared as October to December, and last year it was also October to December. It's usually a 75-day window, and yeah, that's about it. The number of questions also has changed because you know sometimes they may give you 108, sometimes they will give you 120. It keeps on changing. This year also I'm expecting somewhere around 108 to 110 questions, and if you see that the weightage of all the 3 sections in terms of questions has been really same. The number of minutes is different. So if you see that language section has really less time, so if speed is an issue with you, you might not do well. You have to be really, really quick. Leave what you can't do. Mark the, you know, not leave, but yeah, mark whatever is a fair guess and go ahead. And in questions that you can solve, just make sure that you're solving them properly. So this is an estimate of the pattern. Now another thing that has happened is students will come back from the center and complain कि I was not allowed to take the exam. Why were you not allowed to take the exam? Because I forgot to take my admit card. This is not board exams कि मम्मा will come ऑटो करके और आपके लिए एडमिट कार्ड ले आएंगी. आपको आपका एडमिट कार्ड लेके जाना है डाउनलोड करके, ठीक, और आपको आपका कन्फर्मेशन ईमेल भी लेके जाना है. या तो आप उसका सॉफ्ट कॉपी फ़ोन पे लेके जाइए या फिर आप उसका प्रिंट आउट लेके जाइए. मैं ओल्ड स्कूल हूँ, मैं आज भी अपनी फ़्लाइट का बोर्डिंग पास प्रिंट कर लेती हूँ क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी पे मेरे को ज़रा भी भरोसा नहीं है. बट या यू कैन कैरी इट इन योर मोबाइल इफ़ यू कॉन्फिडेंट. इफ़ नॉट, if you're a person who's intimidated by technology, if you're paranoid like me, take a printout. Okay. Any other document, if you're a differently abled candidate, then you will have to carry the document for the same. You will also have to carry a valid photo ID, okay, your Aadhaar or whatever is your valid photo ID or election card, etc. And your signature ID in original, okay. So you'll have to show this at the center. So if you're not carrying your admit card, your GMAT printout and or on your phone, and your photo ID and your signature ID, you will not be allowed. And this has happened, and I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating when I say that a couple of my students were not allowed to take NMAT in 2020 simply because they were not carrying these documents. One of the documents was missing. Okay, so don't expect anybody to be dayalu there, and you can't go to a school teacher or a college teacher and say, oh, ma'am, please kar do. Okay, nobody's going to listen to you. The fees is somewhere around 25 lakhs for the program for 2 years. This is a 1-year fee for Mumbai, for MBA and MBA HR, which are the 2 most famous programs in Mumbai. 12 लाख लगभग, तो आप 24-25 मानकर चलिए 2 साल का. अगर आप फार्मास्यूटिकल्स करते हैं तो वो लगभग 7 लाख है. MBA from Bangalore, Hyderabad and Navi Mumbai is 9 lakhs. So it comes down to around 18.5 something. A huge difference, 7 lakhs का. इंदौर में लगभग 7.5 लाख, बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स 9 लाख और डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन 8.5 लाख. You should know that this is the fees so that you are mentally prepared, financially prepared. If you're not financially prepared, you will be prepared at least to take a loan. You also can check your ROI. So those of you who are working and already making money more than maybe double digits, 10 and above, you might not want to take NMIMS. People who are at lower salaries for 4, 5, 6 might want to take NMAT. Freshers definitely take NMAT. So you can have your own preferences, okay. And you can also check out Quora answers and LinkedIn answers, posts, I mean. about packages and placements and the kinds of companies that come in the Narsi Munji campus. I think this is a little homework that you should be doing. What are the companies that come there for placement, and what is the average placement? So usually, people will quote somewhere around 15 lakhs per annum as the average placement. There are also people who've grabbed 18 and 20 and 22. But it's a good idea to look at the lowest or the average figures, because we don't really know how will we perform there and where will we stand in a batch strength of 600. So if we get a higher package, cool. But if we don't, then we should know that what is in it for me. You should be taking a decision according to your profile, your finances, your perceptions and perspectives. Okay. What will be the documents required at the time of admission? This is a later stage, but मुझे लगा कि जब हम इतनी बात कर रहे हैं तो थोड़ा एक कदम आगे की भी बात कर लेते हैं, ताकि आप फ्रीक आउट ना करें और आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स रेडी हो. 10th का मार्कशीट, 12th का मार्कशीट, जो भी आपने डिग्री करी है उसकी मार्कशीट्स और डिटेल, आपका सर्टिफिकेट, आपका पासिंग सर्टिफिकेट, पीजीडी करा है तो उसका सर्टिफिकेट, मार्कशीट्स अगेन, AIU का सर्टिफिकेट, ऑल इंडिया यूनिवर्सिटी का डीम सर्टिफिकेट जो रहता है यूनिवर्सिटी इक्विवेलेंस, आपका माइग्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट, अगर किसी तरीके का आप एलिजिबिलिटी सर्टिफिकेट ऑप्ट कर रहे हैं अंडर अ कैटेगरी और समथिंग तो वो चाहिएगा. अगर वर्क एक्स है तो उसके डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिएंगे. मेडिकल फिटनेस आपको बनवाना पड़ता है एक रजिस्टर्ड डॉक्टर से, रजिस्टर्ड मेडिकल प्रैक्टिशनर से, हु विल वाउच फॉर यू बीइंग हेल्दी. देयर इज़ अ मेडिक्लेम पॉलिसी दैट यू माइट हैव. तो ये सारी डिटेल्स के आपको स्कैन कॉपीज रेडी रखने पड़ेंगे. बट दिस इज एट अ मच लेटर स्टेज, अराउंड इन, यू विल नीड ऑल ऑफ दिस आफ्टर होली 2023, March, April, May, okay, when the admission happens. And the June, 6 June was the starting date of the session this year for Narsi Munji Mumbai. So yeah, that's when you will be in college. So I have shared with you all the details that are required for form filling. Before I wind up, I would quickly give you a few tips about how to prepare. So Narsi Munji is not the one who's designing the paper. The paper is being designed by GMAT, and GMAT is beautiful because it is like school and college, where you know the syllabus and the questions will be from the syllabus. So NMAT and GMAT both have official guides available. If you check their websites, you will find details about it. You can go to Amazon and purchase NMAT official guide or GMAT official guide. You guys are Makkar people, so I know a lot of you have a PDF of the official guide, which is not really the right way of preparing. But anyway, I would strongly recommend that you solve the entire NMAT official guide by the 20th of September. Take this as a target that you have to finish the entire NMAT official guide solved completely top to bottom by the 20th of September this year, if you're really, really serious about getting into Narsi Munji and making it to a top branch like Mumbai. And it is important that you're also aware of what is happening around you, because you will need a lot of content and GK and knowledge when it comes to the writing ability test later on. Maybe in some video I will give you a couple of topics that were asked this year, which will give you some clarity कि कैसा क्या level है. But level अच्छा है, I say that from experience again. तो आप तैयारी अपनी भरपूर रखिए. अगर आप NMAT ऑफिशियल गाइड पूरा सॉल्व कर लेते हैं तो आप देखेंगे that the paper will be very easy for you. It will be like a cakewalk. I did the entire NMAT official guide VARC section with my students last year, and this is why the beautiful results, and this is why, like I said, the hard work paid off. You should also be practicing questions with timers if you are preparing for NMAT. तो आपको जल्दबाजी में गलत आंसर मार्क करने की आदत है तो फिर मज़ा नहीं आएगा. आप जल्दी स्पीड में एक्यूरेसी मेंटेन कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते हैं, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. प्लस अगर आप सिर्फ कैट की तैयारी करते आए हैं तो मे बी यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड वेरी वेल इन सॉल्विंग इंडिविजुअल CR क्वेश्चंस और वोकैब क्वेश्चंस और एनालॉजीज और ग्रामर क्वेश्चंस और प्रेपोजिशंस. और ये यहाँ आता है, और ये सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं आता, ये स्नैप में भी आएगा, IIFT में भी आएगा, ZAT में भी आएगा. तो आपको उसकी तैयारी करनी है. तो NMAT ऑफिशियल गाइड एकदम खलास कर देने का 20 तारीख तक, पहले हो सकता है तो और अच्छी बात है. यू कैन कीप अ टारगेट फॉर योर सेल्फ, समवेयर अराउंड 5th of September maybe. Give it to me as a gift on Teachers Day that I have done my NMAT official guide. I'll be very happy. Practice questions with timers. Sectionals दीजिए, स्पीड अपनी बढ़ाइए, छोटे क्वेश्चंस करने की आदत डालिए. क्वेश्चंस को बिना छोड़े सॉल्व करने की भी करने का एक माइंडसेट आपको बनाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि एग्जाम में NMAT में आपको छोड़ नहीं सकते हैं, जो है वो करना है. सो ट्राई एंड डेवलप दैट माइंडसेट कि आप NMAT में बैठ सकें तसल्ली से. Lastly, I think that the video has helped you and given you enough information about the money that needs to be spent pre-application and post-admission both. I hope that the video was helpful to you. If you have any suggestions and if you want me to take a session or a video on any other topic, please let me know in the comments section below. I am going to take more such Know Thy Exam sessions on the remaining exams as well. So rest assured about the exams. उसके बारे में आपको टेंशन नहीं लेना है, वो I'll cover myself. I'm also doing CAT passages these days, RCs and VA both on our channel. So in case you're interested in studying with me, you're most welcome to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, share it with your friends if they are MBA aspirants. You can comment your feedback and suggestions. I'm open to all sorts of feedback. And I really, really look forward to helping you and making your MBA journey smooth. Please remember that all decisions should be well informed. So थोड़ा मेहनत करिए, थोड़ा होमवर्क करिए, थोड़ा रिसर्च करिए, इन वीडियोस को यूज़ करिए और सोच समझ कर डिसीजन लीजिए ताकि एंड मोमेंट पे आप फ्रीक आउट ना करें and whatever you decide turns out to be in your favor and not against you. I hope this video helps you, and have a good day ahead and take good care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon with another informative video. Please subscribe to English Arts.